What's up, guys? Jake Discover here, and today we're doing an intro inside because I'm a dummy and forgot to film it on the course. But today I'm going to bring out my inner big sexy commentary and do a little post-round coverage commentary on an already pre-recorded round. So hopefully you enjoy that. Let's jump right into it. Starting off hole one, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'm going to take a beat in zone, throw out a little bit to the right, and just let it fade into the basket. Throwing this hole over and over again, I found out it's better to throw it short and let it skip up to the basket instead of trying to give it an ace run and going past the basket. So easy tap it for the first birdie of the day. So I'll definitely take those. This one is pretty much just hang out an overstable disc. Let it skip. If you can get it to skip off the road and get that super skip, that's well good too. Throwing a champion Firebird, pretty much just beef and letting it hang all the way back. Hung this one a little bit wider than I wanted to, but I'm still putting for circle one. It's very hard to make any mistakes on this one. The only mistake you can't make is throwing it too inside and cutting it off. That's why I preferred hanging out a little bit wider. So yeah, so easy taking two down, so 2 for 2. This shot is a little bit harder. I'm going with an FD, trying to flip it up all the way in between the trees and cut straight right. So the problem with this one is I threw it way too much flat. I needed to get a lot more hyzer, as you can tell. I just wanted to crush, couldn't get up the hill. Probably should disc up a little bit, go with the distance driver so I get penetrate the distance. But now I just have an easy chip up for my par. Nothing too amazing, but just give it the best effort I possibly could. But it's very hard when you're like 80 to 100 feet uphill away. So we'll take in this like 20-25 footer. So I've been working on this little bit of a putt, kind of more direct, straight at it, hard like an eagle or an AB style spin putt. Trying to get a little bit more consistent. Here I'm going to go with the CAC Z. I'm going to try to give it a little bit of an ante so I can finesse around the branches. The great thing about the CAC Z, is that it holds pretty much any line you put it on. So I put on a little bit of high ante. The problem was it was a little bit nose up, a little too high, so it's starting to flex back more than I wanted it to. So I'm ending fairly short, which is not the worst thing in the world. I have an uphill putt, kind of jump putt it right outside circle 2. So I'm trying to give it the best bit I can, but you know what? We all know what I'm going to do at circle 2. So by the time, what I should be talking about is what I'm listening to on the AirPods right now, guys. Make sure to head over to Kerby's Disc Golf World or spit out my 2 podcasts I am the co-host of. The links are in the description below. Also, check it out if you want some more disc golf content. All right, plugs out of the way. Let's go to the next hole. Pretty much just an easy bullfrog straight up the middle. Put on a lot of hyzer. Hung this one a little bit too wide. So it's not going to be giving as much of an ace run as I want because, you know, always running the aces. But yeah, it flipped up, went straight, nothing more complicated than that. We'll just tap in with the bullfrog. So now we're 3 down through, that is 5. So we'll take it, hold 6. It's pretty much just an easy forehand. I'm going with a Firebird because I want no turn and I want a consistent fade at the end. And that's exactly what the Firebird will do to me. It's just going to give me that nice fade to the basket, give it a little bit of an ace run, actually put it like right next to the basket. We're going to be taking another birdie, which is going to put us 4 down. So definitely we'll be taking this. This one is a monster forehand. It's about 450 to the pin. I have pretty much just only goal is to get out this little gap right here and keep it clean. That is not what I did. I gave it Anheuser for some reason. So Bricky Destroyer, so it is overstable, so I think that's what my thought process was. But yeah, I ended up in here. Not fun. So I did pitch out. We're going to go with the zone. This is actually one of my favorite shots in disc golf. Give it a little bit of ante, let it flex back, and just throw it right under that low ceiling. So yeah, favorite shot, pure it. It's probably one of my most fun shots to throw too. I love putting that zone in a little bit of ante, having it come back, and just holding true to its line. We'll take it, tap in that 15-footer for a bogey, which is the first bogey of the round, going back to 3 down, which is very upsetting because I was actually having a fairly well round. Here I'm going with a Paul McBeth 4-time destroyer on a sidearm, and I got a little bit more distance on my sidearm because I'm bringing back my arm a little bit farther, which it kind of brings in my hips in play and just my overall throw. So yeah, we're going to tap in that. So go from birdie, bogey, back to birdie to come back. Hit that little thumbs up right there. Back down to 4 down. Last hole. Want to go with the razor claw, baby flex, finesse it through this. The reason I have to go with the razor claw and not a bullfrog is because I want a consistent fade because the basket is on the left side. Bullfrog, it could either go straight or more likely it's going to keep going right away from the basket, which we don't want. Saw myself up like 30 feet, 25 to 30 feet, low ceiling shot. Pretty much just got to give it the height. And that's exactly what I didn't do. So missing that for 5 down, which would have been awesome, which would have been really good on this front 9. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, and hit the bell to get notifications of all the new videos. Thank you to everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. See ya on the back 9.